Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, I'm going to bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester match preview. So the boys and girls, Premier League action returns then for Leicester after Sunday's disappointing result to say the least against Nottingham Forest. Of course, I didn't film a video discussing the game on Sunday against Forest. I'm sure you guys can probably understand the reasons why I didn't do that, and if you don't, I'm going to be honest boys, I really could not be bothered to sit down and speak about that game. However, moving on boys and girls, it's match day 21 of the Premier League season as Leicester are back on the away days as we make the trip up to Liverpool to Anfield as we take on Klopps Liverpool away from home. Last time out in the Premier League then for Leicester, of course we picked up a draw against Brighton at the King Power Stadium, ending as a 1-1 draw, and for Liverpool they picked up a 3-1 away win against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. These two sides have already met twice this season. Of course, Leicester picking up that massive 3 points against Liverpool last time out in the Premier League with the 1-0 victory, and of course Liverpool beating Leicester on penalties in the Carabao Cup at Anfield, which, yeah, if we can even get a draw from the game, that would be incredible really. However, boys and girls, with all that being said and without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Let's talk Liverpool and Leicester, and let's get straight into the match preview. So as always, boys and girls, kicking things off then, let's get into my thoughts then going into tomorrow's game. So yeah lads, the tough games, they keep on coming. Every game you seem to have is going to be tough. We've got Liverpool tomorrow, West Ham on Sunday, Randers on Thursday, we'll probably lose to them, and of course Wolves away on Sunday as well. They keep on coming, and this one probably the toughest out of the lot. So yeah, Anfield, it is Liverpool away from home, and I'm going to be honest boys, I am very scared going into the game because this could be an absolute battering. Of course, Leicester right now are going through a massive tough patch. I thought, going into the new year we could potentially move things on, fresh start. It's got even worse, to be honest, boys. Obviously, the result against Tottenham, poor result against Brighton, obviously Nottingham Forest, it speaks for itself. I mean, this year so far has not been good at all, apart from obviously the 4-1 win against Watford in the FA Cup. However, though, it would be typical Leicester to somehow pull a rabbit out of the hat and someone get a result tomorrow at Anfield, but realistically, is it going to happen? I don't think so, boys. It's very difficult to even predict how Leicester even going to approach the game on Thursday night. How's Brendan Rodgers going to set the side up after the result on Sunday? Because obviously Brendan Rodgers had some pretty harsh things to say about the players. Are the players going to want to bounce back from that, or are they just going to be, I can't be arsed, let's see the season out, and, probably just leave in the summer? And this is the reason why Leicester are in such a difficult situation right now, because the pressure on Brendan Rodgers continues to mount. So, if Leicester lose this game against Liverpool 4-5, 6-0, anything above that, the uproar is going to be incredible, especially on Leicester Twitter. For me, Brendan Rodgers won't be sat by top because his payoff is so much, and that will last until the summer. But for me, if Leicester don't put in a decent enough performance to get at Anfield tomorrow, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed. I think the main thing for me is just we need to bounce back from that Forest game. I'm not expecting us to win, to get a draw. I'm just expecting us to put up a decent fight, show some passion, fight for the badge, and just try and put in some kind of performance. Don't give up when we go 1-0 down and don't concede a goal 80 seconds after. Of course, it is fairly possible that Leicester can somehow get a result from the game. Obviously, we played Liverpool already this season, twice in fact, and of course in the Premier League we managed to pick up a 1-0 victory at home through that Ademola Lookman strike in the second half. But yeah, it's also fairly possible that Leicester are going to get absolutely battered, which is probably going to happen. And yeah, boys, I know I'm being very, very negative in today's video, probably the most negative video I've done in a while, but yeah, I'm just still fuming just over that result against Forest. Yeah, confidence levels for the game are down here. I'm sure you guys are the exact same. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If there's any Liverpool fans watching, how confident are you guys going into the game? Let me know down below, boys and girls. But yeah, without further ado, let's move on then to discuss some stats between Liverpool and Leicester. So Liverpool have lost their last 2 Premier League games against Leicester, last losing 3 top 5 games in a row against the Foxes back in November 1963. However, Liverpool are unbeaten in the last 14 Premier League games at Anfield, winning 10 and drawing 4. And have won their last 5 games in a row, their best home winning run since an 8-game win streak between July and December 2020. Against no other side has Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp lost more Premier League games than he has against Leicester. 4 level with Manchester City, the Foxes are looking to become the first team since Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich versus Dortmund in the 2014-15 season to beat a Klopp side twice in a league season. So there we go, boys and girls, that's some interesting stats there between Liverpool and Leicester as we look ahead then to Thursday night's clash at Anfield. So yeah, moving things on then, let's look at the big headlines from Brendan Rodgers' pre-match press conference today at Seagrave. So Brendan Rodgers has said this: there are no new players injured and no players returning to the side to play against Liverpool. It will essentially be the same squad that played at the weekend against Nottingham Forest. But we do have an injury update on Wesley Fofana. Brendan Rodgers says Wesley Fofana could return to training next week, and then it will be a matter of time before he returns. He is the closest of the injured players to a return. A similar Lcfc squad to the one which faced Forest will travel to Lcfc for tomorrow's game. So the main headlines then from Brendan Rodgers' press conference then earlier on today at Seagrave, of course. No new injuries, no players returning, the same squad. Of course, Wesley Fofana is almost back fit. But yeah, lads, moving things on then, it's time to get into my prediction lineup then for the game against Liverpool. So of course this is a side I think Brendan Rodgers will go with tomorrow to start against Liverpool at Anfield. So yeah, as always, boys and girls, and I hand it straight to you guys in the comment section down below. What side should Brendan Rodgers go with tomorrow to start against Liverpool? Let me know in the comment section down below your formations, your players. Let me know what you guys are saying down below. But yeah, for me, formation wise and Jesus, I'm going to go with a 4-3-3 formation, sticking with what we have. And starting things off then in goal, of course, we'll be going with Kasper Schmeichel. Pretty straightforward. Of course, Danny Ward played against Forest. Fair to say he wasn't too good, so yeah, for me, Kasper comes straight back into the side and will be the captain for the game. Right then, moving into the back four then, lads. Yeah, at right back, I'm going with Ricardo Pereira. So Ricky P came on against Forest. Looks to be not injured for once, which is, you know, a massive shock. Hopefully Ricardo can just somehow get 5 or so games in a row just to try and build his match fitness back up. So Ricardo at right back. Centre backs, this is very interesting. It's a risky move. I'm actually playing 2 centre backs who are not centre backs. The first one is going to be James Justin. Obviously, James Justin is conventionally a left back or right back, but is very suitable to play centre back, usually within the back 3. But I honestly don't care. I just don't want to see Suncho or Marty really. So yeah, for me, Justin will be one centre back, and alongside him, I'll be going with Wilfred and Diddy. Obviously, Diddy is usually a CDM, but I reckon he could do a fairly decent job. Obviously, he's got a decent amount of pace about him. And of course, that back 4 is very fast against a side in Liverpool who, you know, are absolutely rapid. It could work. And at left back, I'll be going with Luke Thomas. Yes, wasn't too good against Forest, but for me, he's really our only option, really. Moving into the midfield 3, then that's, yeah, starting off then in the holding role, I'll be going with Hamza Chowdhury. Obviously, Hamza, inconsistent this season, hasn't really played it out well. For me, Hamza is going to be key because obviously we have got an option in Boubacar Ismail, but he doesn't have that same tackle, grit, determination as Hamza will in there. For me, Hamza is going to be in there completely, in my opinion, just to slow the game down, to disrupt things, and obviously to make a few big challenges, maybe pick up a yellow here and there, but overall Hamza in there just to show that fight and determination and to win the ball back. Slightly more advanced, we'll be going with Keenan Dewsbury, local lad, loves Leicester. He will definitely show his passion and play for the shirt. That's the most important thing for me. So yeah, Dewsbury then start in the holding role. And slightly more advanced, we'll be going with James Maddison. Interestingly enough, no Yuri Tillmans for me to start the game. I thought it was awful against Forest. For me, he does deserve to get dropped. Harsh, I know, but yeah, going to be harsh. Maddison in the cam, obviously wasn't good against Forest, got a fantastic assist, but yeah, obviously James Maddison's probably been our best player so far this season, so yeah, he has to start. And finally, boys and girls, moving into the front 3, left hand side, where we go in with Harvey Barnes. Obviously wasn't good against Forest like the whole team. Yeah, Barnes on the left, just that pace, and obviously we just don't really have any other options really. So yeah, Barnesy on the left hand side. Right hand side, and we go in with Mark Albrighton. Controversial, I know, dropping and Ademola Lookman, but for me, I just can't see Lookman doing too good on that right hand side, and I can't see Brendan really not playing Barnsley. So for me, Lookman is going to get dropped. He can definitely come on. It's nothing against Lookman, but that's just what I think Brendan will do, personally, in my opinion as well. In there, because obviously Michael Brighton does desire that more defensive cover. So for me, Albrighton on the right, and of course up top on his own, will be going with Patson Daka to lead the line. Yes, it's controversial. Obviously Iheanacho could start, but for me, Iheanacho just doesn't work as a lone striker, and it's very difficult to put 2 strikers up top with this formation. So yeah, that is my team for the game, boys. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. And finally then, wrapping things up then, score predictions for the game. I'm going to go with a Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1. That's my prediction, obviously. Predicted a loss, not confident at all, but at least we can probably expect a loss. Yeah, that's harsh, but it's what it is. It's my opinion. I'm going with my head instead of my heart. So yeah, 3-1 to Liverpool. Goal scorers, I reckon Jota will score 1. Salah is due to play, so I reckon he'll score 1 as well. And we'll go with a Virgil van Dijk header for Leicester. We're the only goal scorer. We'll be going with Patson Daka. Yeah, well, so that's my score prediction. Let me know your score predictions for tomorrow's game down below. So then, boys and girls, that's it for today's video. Of course, in today's video, I bring you guys the Liverpool versus Leicester match preview and prediction lineup then for tomorrow's game at Anfield, back in the Premier League. The first video in a while, so yeah, it is good to be back. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, let me know by dropping a like, subscribe as well to the channel if you guys haven't already. Most importantly, let me know your thoughts and opinions going into tomorrow's game in the comment section down below. I'll see you all for the match reaction on Thursday night or maybe Friday morning, depending on the game. So yeah, boys, I'm Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very, very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.